usually make videos like this, and I certainly don't hope to in the future, so please don't expect it. I kinda just feel like my Twitter's getting a bit ranty for my taste. I thought about making a video days ago, but decided against it as not enough information was out to even really have an opinion. But this entire thing started because a video was posted, and even though I'm a very small channel and barely anyone's ever gonna see this video, I didn't want to potentially cause any further harm to the hurt individuals in this situation. But seeing as enough information has been come out to have a full opinion, and others have made videos on this situation that seem to have no objection by the people in this situation, it feels more appropriate, as I do think this is a very important situation concerning the safety of the VTuber community and the safety of people who are online in general. Nux made a tweet about someone impersonating Vshojo and trying to dox VTubers. He says he can't really say much about it, but to spread this information and to be careful. After that, no further mention of this went on until November 21st, a month later. Nux quote tweets the very tweet a month prior and says that he has a video coming on this today. It's mega important and kinda insane, insinuating he is making a video about this doxing situation and it's going to be up that day. And later, that very day, Nux posts his video discussing his and another VTuber's experience being targeted by these impersonators. The video is now deleted, so I'm going solely off memory, but I do not think the girls were mentioned at all. I don't remember a single one of them really being mentioned in this. However, they were in the thumbnail. Seeing as they're who you think of when you think of Vshojo, this doesn't seem abnormal. Still, I can see how they probably wouldn't want their face attached to something like this. However, the video was mostly on his experience, while bringing light to another VTuber's experience. Vshojo actually thanks him and releases their own statement under Nux's tweet about his video. The first VTuber in Vshojo that I know spoke up that they were upset about was Nanyers. She made a few posts on her Discord server about it. In it, she says Vshojo was forced to make a statement after repeatedly asking him not to release the video. This isn't quite true. We'll get to that in a second. But I don't think she's lying here, as Vshojo, as we will see later on, aren't exactly being very transparent to anybody in this situation. She mentions that they had to issue corrections to the video and there were several inaccuracies. That really is actually true. There are definitely inaccuracies and there are criticisms of Nux that I'll get into, but I'm trying to go into chronological order the best I can. She opens up about how scary this situation has been and how hard it's been to keep this a secret and act happy when she was terrified. I really do feel for her. Going through something so awful and having to pretend it's not even happening is a nightmare, and I sincerely hope she's doing well as the others in these situations. Another leaked post about Nanya states that she does not condone his video and that he claims he acts as though he's Vshojo's savior. That's personally not the vibe I get from his video. He was mostly going on about his experience being targeted, and as a fellow victim, I feel he has every right to open up about it. I suppose with Nux's, personality on YouTube, it does make sense as to how she could probably get that vibe. So I'm not calling her a liar, this is more of an opinion thing. She states that Nux put them in danger and that she did not feel that the safety and feelings of his friends were a priority. She also weirdly mentions how he uses her and her friends for clickbait, which I think is an odd point. Sure, you can paint it like it proves he's been using them and they never mattered to him. But Nux is always doing exaggerated clickbaiting, even on videos not pertaining to VTubers. He clearly has fun with his thumbnails, and I don't see anything wrong with that. It'd be one thing if she said that he made the thumbnails clickbaiting them after they were told not to, which according to, I'm wanting to say it was they actually have told him not to. Under a post about waifu baby where she says that Nux called her a talentless hack and made up lies about her, the only video I saw of Nux ever mentioning waifu baby is but he doesn't say anything bad about her. He doesn't say anything good about her either. It wasn't about her. I'll just show the clip here. And again, I'm not calling waifu a liar. Unless it's entirely possible there's a video that I did not see. I have no clue what she's referring to here. I'm not in any way calling her a liar. I just personally have no clue what she's talking about. I wish her well in this situation too.
He's done more. When he saw how successful Melody was, he created a new business venture. A business venture by the name of Waifu. YFU, pronounced waifu. And every other commentator that freaking talked about this couldn't pronounce it as waifu, which is hilarious. Now, when he saw how successful Melody was and he launched this waifu campaign, he hired someone to play the role as waifu. This was not an independent VTuber, this was someone he hired. So when he kept telling Melody, you owe me everything. You have to collab with waifu all the time and get her as big as you can. Honestly, no, quite frankly, she does not.
Anyway, I'll harp less on that since it's not really the point. I just feel like it was an odd thing to point out that he clickbaits them. She felt Nux put her and the other girls at risk for the sake of views. Shortly after rumors were going around that Nux was asked not to post the video, he made a tweet longer, clarifying that he worked with Vshojo and was never told not to upload it. After this, the girl spoke out about feeling hurt and betrayed. Ironmouth said she felt disappointed Nux was asked to take it down and felt he didn't care for her safety. Zen said similar things, that he was told to take it down and she was under the impression everybody was on board with it and felt Nux took advantage of the situation. Vel said this is sickening. He took advantage of the friends that feared for their safety. And it goes on. Every single Vshojo girl called him out. And that's actually important that you know. Every single girl called him out. Because that's going to get into something later. At this time, I gotta admit, I was actually very disappointed in Nux. I mean, his videos played a role in me wanting to upload more, which might sound strange considering we have very different personalities and make very different content, but it's true, I'm very inspired by Nux. He's the one who sparked my interest in VTubers in the first place. I wouldn't have gotten into it if I wasn't watching his videos about it, and VTubing has helped me out tremendously with my mental health issues, and in a weird way, I owe that to Nux. Even before that, I just really enjoyed his videos. I'm cool with watching content creators that I disagree with on things, but when somebody does something as crazy as to risk their friends for views, it's kind of hard to want to give someone a view if people are at risk, you know? However, at the time, Nux was also tweeting weird things that are now deleted. That Vshojo was throwing indie VTubers under the bus, he has receipts, and he's not entirely sure the girls know what's going on. With all this, I felt a little more neutral. There's clearly some sort of misunderstanding here, and it's hard to have an opinion when no one knows what's going on, including the people that's in the very situation. Shortly after this, Nux pulled like a rather huge Uno reverse no you card, where he does apologize for not taking down the video when his friends expressed they were hurt by it. He also shows receipts that he did speak with Vshojo and even one of the girls. This is odd because, like I said, every single girl called him out, claiming Nux took advantage of them and they were scared for their safety. Yet one of the Vshojo girls definitely saw this coming. This video proved Vshojo worked with him on his video. By this point, I had already started to feel some type of way about the situation. I could understand both sides, as the girls were worried about their safety, and Nux was concerned about the indie VTubers that Vshojo seems to have put at risk. The more I thought about it, the less it made sense for the girls to be upset. In my opinion, of course, you know, they are valid. Let me be clear, they are 100% valid, being concerned for their safety. It makes sense to not want attention about this happening, regardless of whether you're a large or small creator. However, What I mean by this is Nux was sharing his own story about what happened and spreading awareness. It's completely in his right to talk about his experience as a victim in this, and I think silencing him is wrong. Like I said, it's not like he was talking about them in the situation. Vshojo seems to have known the situation before Nux was even targeted and didn't say anything, and did this in the middle of a Vshojo audition where VTubers would be excited and expecting emails from Vshojo. Here everyone's burning Nux at the stake for making the girls feel unsafe, but where was the concern for our safety? So many people applied to Vshojo, and so many people would have been instantly excited that Vshojo would be messaging them as they would think that they were picked. I personally think Vshojo's actions during this whole situation just look shady as hell. Like I mentioned before, Vshojo attached a statement under Nux's tweet about his video, as well as their own response to the events. When all the girls expressed they never said it was okay to post the video, in fact they wanted it down, Vshojo started deleting anything that remotely seemed like they were praising Nux. Released in a new statement on the matter, and seeming to allude that Nux's video was untrue, such as the perp being identified through an adult site as the perp is allegedly a minor. But after Nux's newest statement, they went radio silent. Vshojo and the girls had nothing new to add to Twitter that day, until where we are now when Vshojo finally released their statement. Addressing miscommunications. I hope this clears the air on the confusion and let's move forward together not to spread hate. Oh, great! I certainly hope this makes sense and doesn't contradict itself and doesn't leave me even more confused. We want to clear the air on our recent safety issues by detailing our security efforts. This is not permission to send hate or harassment to any individuals involved or to cast blame, but to be transparent on how we approach this. We additionally ask for the speculation to be kept at a bare minimum, given additional risks to all parties involved. Okay, that's fair. This document will go through major misconceptions about Nux's now deleted video, his reply, and apologies. Vshojo stayed silent while Indy suffered. Allegation: people were in danger of phishing attacks from Vshojo.org. Reality: our cybersecurity team was able to work with law enforcement to obtain the target list from the threat actor. This list confirmed that only 2 phishing attempts were made, one to Nux and one to Saki. This kind of leaves me with a little question, because they're saying people were not still in danger of phishing attacks, but Nux was the one to put this out there and not... How do I put this? The entire reason Nux knows about this situation was because they knowingly were letting indies suffer. They knew about this and didn't say anything. The entire reason he knows about this was because somebody targeted him. So yes, they were staying silent while indies suffered. This doesn't make sense to me, and this doesn't clear up anything, because yes, the target list was just 2 people, and if Nux didn't speak up immediately once this happened to him, like a month before his video ever even came out, who knows who all would have been added to that target list. It's just one of those things that's like, you still... Even if the whole time, let's make the argument, even if the whole time that the only targeted people this person wanted to go after was Saki and Nux, let's make that argument. It's not like Vshojo would have automatically known that, you know? They still knowingly... I mean, this really doesn't clear anything up. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Context timeline. Phishing attempts were made for audition emails. The threat actor creates fake acceptance emails to join Vshojo. These are people who have a history of doxing and swatting. They target Nux and Saki using the domain Vshojo.org. Nux reaches out and confirms to me Nux reaches out to me and I confirm it's fake. Vshojo with our cybersecurity team investigate and work to take it down. We advise Nux that creating any content or bringing attention would lead to the more of the same kind of harassment and disrupt our current law enforcement organization. So yeah, even this kind of disproves what was said here. Am I not wrong? Am I the dumb one here? Yeah, Nux and Saki were targeted. Nux reaches out and I confirm it's fake, so, it's not like you went and told Nux, hey, if you get this, it's fake. So, Nux had no clue that this scam was even a thing until somebody tried to scam him. Thus, indies were actually put at risk. I don't know, this is just, they literally are contradicting themselves, like, right after. Okay, this is on October 20th. Oh, this is the very same day that Nux makes his first DM about the situation. A huge part of why I was confused about why they were mad that Nux spoke publicly about this was because he literally tweeted about it a month prior towards the video. So let's, for the argument's sake that secrecy was pertinent to the law investigation, they should have gotten literally mad at Nux a month ago when he was like, hey, someone's impersonating Vshojo. Don't fall for it. Be safe. Spread this around. So, okay, it looks like they did say something, so that's good. Not really, but hey, Nux. I was able to get in touch with Saki and get the header information we needed from the email through her, so don't worry about pulling it from yours anymore. Thank you for your help so far. A few things to my security team. Wanted to communicate, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at words. A few things my security team wanted to communicate to you. They wanted to make sure you are aware that this is an individual personating Vshojo and has driven my attention and are afraid your tweets or any potential content making a light to this situation would encourage them to target you, VTubers, including the Vshojo members and others. Why do they have to... Okay, I just noticed that. I've read this 1,000 times and I just noticed that. I get he's friends with the Vshojo members, but I find that the exclusion from them to other VTubers is very odd. You know? I don't know. It's just like VTubers, including these very important ones that are much more important. You know? I'm not sure that's the way this was meant, but that's certainly how it feels, at least. I don't know, maybe I'm just a butthurt indie tuber. I don't know. I just think that exclusion is just very odd. This is particularly important since the person has not been arrested yet and we're trying to assist police. We are afraid of interfering with a police investigation. Just wanted to make sure this was passed along. Let me know if you have any questions, though. And Nux said to that, thank you for passing this along. I don't want to give any details for this reason, but I didn't want VTubers falling prey to this, which is why I left it vague. I'm also working with law enforcement and have made headway in locating him. Okay, so, yeah, Nux... Nux is... what are they trying to prove here? Our first DM on why it was harmful to the case. Not really proving anything to me, but okay. DMs where we reiterate our concerns with making this statement public. Nux says, okay, sure, I'm all ears. I don't paint Vshojo in a bad light at all in this video. It's all about the assholes swatting people and how info was gathered as a deterrent for others. And this person, Phoenix, says, the problem with making it public at the time was because of the bad actors. Being motivated by attention seeking would only have energized the public mentions and fear surrounding the activity they were doing. They just wanted to be notorious, and one goal of work was to deny them of that satisfaction. And he says, I'm aware. Why is this person talking in past tense if this was about current things? Like they're saying the problem with making it public at the time was because the bad actors being motivated by attention seeking they wanted to be notorious and gain. One goal of the work was to deny them that satisfaction. So, we're gonna try to see if we just catch them talking in past tense a lot. Maybe this is just a thing they do. Like, for example, how I'm super into true crime, and sometimes somebody will talk about a missing person in past tense and be like, oh, this person's the person that killed them, and they're actually totally innocent. Sometimes people use past tense in innocent ways and don't mean anything by it. So maybe this is just a part of this person's speech. I've seen this one going all around, and I've been confused as to why no one's questioning why this person's talking in past tense. I'm a little confused here. Again, I don't know if this is just a common thing in Phoenix's speech pattern. Let's try to see if we catch this more so that it's not like, oh, that's a weird slip up. Saki reached out for support after tweeting we didn't reply to her messages. We worked it out with her, discovered the issue was Discord failed to send her messages at the time. Oh yeah, I saw this. Regarding Vshojo's recent statement, one statement that stuck out to me as being an entire lie was stating they provided support to help me in ways they could after getting info from me. They have ignored any attempt I made to contact them since. I'm going to say BS. I just checked with our security person, and we were looking for unread messages from you, but we're not able to find it. If you want to resend the message you were trying to send, please reach out to me over DM, or feel free to bring me back the Discord group chat. And later, Saki, brings good news that you all are so wonderful and kind. Words of encouragement, sympathies made my day. Thank you to the gun run for reaching out. It was super helpful. Thank you for comforting and support. It truly made my day. Thank you to the Vshojo girls who send me their comfort. It means so much. I've been so stressed and scared. It means so much to me. I don't know to know I'm not alone. This was all just on Saki's situation. I just had a misunderstanding. She thought they were ignoring her, and it turned out it was just a mess up on Discord, failing to send her the message that she sent. They got it clarified. That's great. I hope they were able to help Saki. She seems pretty happy with whatever they were able to help her with, so that's great. Vshojo approved Nux video. Oof, I have opinions on this one. Allegation was that Vshojo approved of Nux video. Reality, Vshojo on never points that he had permission or were we asked. Vshojo was given a limited time to suggest edits and create a statement. Politeness in Twitter reply was misconstrued as approval or endorsement. Notes written in a polite manner, but are critical of information that Nux covered in the video. Suggestions for edits were ignored beyond blurring some names. Timestamps were provided with their feedback on the edits, screenshots below. Okay, so now we have a timeline on Nux's video. November 21st, Nux makes a tweet suggesting he'll be shortly releasing a video. They enlist their cybersecurity expert Phoenix to run communication with Nux. Staff's context, there is a negative history of interaction between Vshojo and Nux that led to proceed with extreme caution. Phoenix makes effort to educate Nux on why this is a bad move, which are ignored. Edits were suggested but ignored by Nux. Statements drafted and tweeted by contextualized concerns with the video. Video is released and our goals with the response were not achieved. We continue conversations with Nux to see what can be done to address this, e.g. take down the video. We recognize that not enough context was provided with our initial post and created which concludes that reiterating that we never endorsed Nux video. Okay, screenshots. The proof, okay. DM conversation leading up to video launch conveying our concerns about the content. I appreciate that you are doing a public service announcement, and that isn't a problem at all. My comment is narrowly, specifically about praising that one fan that reached out. I am 99% certain that is a fellow member of a harassment gang, not a fan. Giving them praise will make them focus more on harassing the VTuber community, because they will think they can manipulate people like this. Even though you aren't naming this person publicly, the person who did this will know who they are, and at this current stage, we are focusing on building a deterrent effect against this sort of criminal harassment. And that's why the comment concerned me. Next, Taku says, mentioning we caught the culprit is the best possible deterrent. And this fan was legit. They even gave me the swatting video that you mentioned you had. And even if not, they won't know I was referring to them. The only people who had the unlisted YouTube video and knew where to look were the harassment collaborators. Okay, I understand, but I have no issue seeing that a random fan reached out to me. It's not a random fan, that's my point. It's irrelevant to the point of the video. It does not cause any harm, so if I'm mistaken, there's no harm in it. I just want to talk about my experience as a victim and what I did to help. Okay, but their MO is to do this good cop, bad cop thing, and this random fan does something that establishes credibility and uses that credibility to feed disinfo to the target. I'm sorry if I'm not being clear on this. The concerns are also that they fed you fake info after showing you genuine info and confession and brag. I agree your experiences as a victim are absolutely valid, but these people are really awful, and I'm very sorry you got a taste of what we've been dealing with for a while. And next goes on to say, I'm sorry I don't understand, but it's not relevant if I was misinformed or not. The message of the video remains the same. Now, I'm honestly not too on Nux about like this being, him not wanting to change this, because it seems like this is a part of him explaining his story about what happened, and he probably doesn't feel comfortable changing something that is a part of his story and his experience as a victim in this, which is probably why he's so insistent that he does not want to change this. Yeah, he says right here. Wait, did I not even read that earlier? Holy shit, did I totally skip over that? Oh, okay. I don't even remember reading that. He even says here, I just want to talk about my experience as a victim and what I did to help. So, yes, even here he's clarifying in their own screenshot that the reason he's not comfortable changing with this is because this is a part of his experience as a victim. Not trying to downplay anything, I really appreciate that you were providing info. At 7:03, do you think you would be willing to blur out the word blank for the screenshot for the purpose of denying them notoriety? I can do that. At 7:40, regarding verification of the account holder over 18, this is another factor that is disinformation. The swatter is actually real life, not over 18. Oh, I didn't know that, just got the info, guess it was false. And yeah, this is like the biggest thing I think I'm pretty much like critical of Nux about. He did knowingly put misinformation out there, and if this is for the safety of others, then it's very important that these kind of facts are correct. I don't know why Nux would not edit that out. I'm a little confused here, but it was still very much wrong of Nux, and even in his apology, I think he should have owned up to that. He should have mentioned that, oh, by the way, some of the information's false. At 9:20, the gun ran in Vshojo actually knew about the bad actor for much longer than 2 weeks. But as I mentioned, we have not been talking about it because giving this person notoriety will actually make them do more swatting. At 9:31, I think giving the shoutouts to the random fans from their Discord server is going to be hazardous in terms of directing harassment your way, as that is giving them attention. Now here they're admitting they knew about this for longer than 2 weeks. Like, I think Nux is trying to make you look good with this misinformation. So I don't know why you would want that corrected, honestly, but hey, good on you for wanting the honesty out there, I guess. I said 2 weeks because if I said more than 2 weeks, I would look terrible for Vshojo. Exactly right. That's, yeah. I don't mind harassment my way. I think it's important for people to think they can't publicly say shit. Also, at 2:40, I want to be clear in the language in the fake contract is not the same language as the Vshojo. The uses of the actual talent is wholly made up by the bad actor. Again, we're going by memory, so I can't quite fully remember what Nux said about the fake contract and stuff. If the screenshot is just a bunch of things they told him to edit out and correct it, and he didn't change it, that's completely on Nux, and he is 100% in the wrong there. The limited time for getting Nux's messaging out there. Remember that Phoenix is treating Nux as we would any media professional, hence the polite tone. They keep mentioning this polite tone, but, like, I get that, like, see, this person was so professional, but you can still, if you're uncomfortable with this video and you feel it's going to hinder the investigation, there's still professional ways to say no. You're not winning any favors because you're polite here. A polite, businessy way, professional way you could say no is, I understand you want to speak out as a victim and warn others. However, information in this video will hinder the investigation and we are not comfortable with it being out there. Please do not post these things in your video. And damn, no. You're done. You got it. You told him no. You told him you disapprove. Like, shit. There's a million ways to say it. Like, with all due respect, we are not comfortable with their video being out at this current time. Please understand that the investigation could be jeopardized and more VTubers could be hurt in letting this information out. Thank you for understanding. Please do not post the video. Oh my gosh, Vshojo. If I trusted you guys should hire me to be your professional talker person, because you apparently need one. Being polite isn't winning any favors. You're literally helping him with the video you're claiming you don't endorse. Holy shit. Thanks a lot. Would you be willing to include a link to this written response to us as well? It's not going to be anything against the video. It's not going to be anything against the video. I thought you were against the video. Vshojo, is this... What are y'all proving me? Oh my gosh, this is the saddest. Oh my gosh. It's more about making sure people don't think the contract and the language is real, and answer some FAQs that will likely result from all this. Great stuff, good stuff. It's going to be deleted, so it's not like any of our FAQs are going to be answered. I actually completely missed this FAQ. The only reason I know about it is because of the screenshots of the people who did. Next, Taku says, of course, it would be my pleasure to help. I'll include a link, but I'd like to see the message first. I would like to post this video in 30 minutes. Thank you so much for understanding. Wait, and all the screenshots, and all this time they've been talking, yes, it's on the same day, sure, it's all on November the 21st. It is last minute, but here is the very first mention of wanting to post it in 30 minutes. And it's not like he's like, it's not like he freaking entered the DMs with a bomb strapped to his chest, like, if you don't let me post this video in 30 minutes, this entire server is gonna blow. He's just like, I would like to post this in 30 minutes, thank you for understanding. Oh my gosh, what a threat, what a disgusting, oh my gosh, how could you? Responding to him saying he'd like to see the message, they say that's reasonable, we'll get a copy as soon as we finish it. Amazing. He said they will work quickly. He said, thank you, I'm working on blurring this section. He said, this person says, appreciate that a lot. Okay, heads down on writing now. I'll record a small mention that you'll be leaving a statement so people can find it. Great, Nux is being very helpful here. Still working on it, sir. Sorry, 30 minutes isn't a whole lot of time to write this thing out. Nux says, don't worry, I'll wait a few more minutes. Now, a few could mean, like, soon. So, like, few is just such a vague term. It's like, for me, like, it varies from people to people. For me, a few minutes means anything from, like, maybe 3 minutes to 3 hours to 3 days. Honestly, but, like, I don't know, maybe Nux isn't as chill and cool as me. But, yeah, it's not like... In fact, this person says 30 minutes isn't a lot of time. In fact, this could have been solved here when it's like, thanks a lot, would you be willing to write a written response to us as well? This, I understand that it might take longer to post the video, but we want to post an FAQ, make sure they know that the contract language is not what the real contract is like. I get it might be inconvenience, but can you wait a day or two, or even hell, a week, shit, just like, be like, hey, can we get this work done in this specific time frame? Would that be okay? Like, oh gosh, it's, for people who are saying they're against this, you're pretty much working with them. Like, hell, throughout all this, you've been helping him with the video, you're writing a written statement, but you have all the time to pretty much do this, but you don't have time to even message one of the girls and be like, hey, are you uncomfortable with this? Is this okay? How do you feel about this video? Why is keeping Nux happy more important than the girl's safety to Vshojo? Like, this doesn't make any sense. We were given limited time to react, but a strong effort of management. Oh my gosh, you guys. Like, he's not being, like, threatening or being like, I have to throw this in 30 minutes. It's just, he's saying he wants to. He's saying, I would like to post this in 30 minutes. Thank you for understanding. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's, I would like to post this video by tomorrow. That might not happen. Shit, it's just like, it's not like he's saying you have to. He's just saying that is the time frame he's wanting to post it. In fact, they could very easily reply to this like, hey, I know it's inconvenient, but we're gonna need more time than that. Like, they say that's reasonable to him wanting to see the message first, but they don't reply saying it's unreasonable to think we can be done with it in 30 minutes. That's on them, not Nux. What world are we living in? We were given a limited time to react. I'm not even going to acknowledge that any further. I've done said my piece on that. Any confusion that previously arose from this issue was the responsibility of Vshojo's staff. That much I agreed with. We did warn Nux about releasing the video and outlining concerns from our cybersecurity team. These were not the same as asking him to pull down the video. Exactly! Oh my gosh, exactly! Oh my gosh. From our perspective, we believe these were strong warnings, and we could have been much clearer on the risk. Yeah, exactly. Like, what world are you living in where you're like, you can't say we don't endorse this and literally help it come into existence. Like, if one of my friends are like, hey, in 30 minutes, I'm gonna rob a bank. I would be more like, hey, don't do that. I wouldn't be like, okay, well, here's how you do this. I think it's a bad idea to do it, but if you were to rob a bank, here's how you should. If the Vshojo girls were really in danger of this information going out, then it is Vshojo who dropped the ball here, who thought that placing Nux was more important than the lives of the Vshojo girls. So either the girls were never in danger, or they were, but Vshojo didn't care. That's the only way I can see it, honestly. Like, what the hell? We absolutely stand by our talent statement to defend themselves. I agree, the girls are still 100% valid. It is on the company itself that fucked up here. We also stand by the need to take action when content puts our talent and the community at risk. So you admit your talent was at risk, but you helped Nux make the video? And as far as the community, I'm not convinced you people weren't putting the community at risk. Within a short time frame? Oh my god. We had little opportunity for foresight to bring the talent earlier to contextualize our feelings. Yeah, they had no time to contact the talent. I mean, their job is literally to be online. How many people were not online that day? I mean, sheesh, were they all like on their day off? Was it like a nature day? Were they not online? Were they not on Discord? Were they not? They had little opportunity. They had nothing but opportunity to correct Nux's video that they disapprove of. And to write a whole written statement and shit. I didn't get to see it because, you know, they deleted it, so it's not even like they really stand by whatever the hell they said there. And they had nothing but time for, you know, the changes to this video that they don't want in existence, and it's a statement, but no time to talk to the talent and see how they feel about it. No time for that. No. Our talent safety, that comes second to Nux's video. We can and will do better moving forward. I certainly hope so. They should have just called him out on not editing out the misinformation. because as far as I'm concerned, they very clearly did approve of the video. They never tell him not to make it. Sure, there's a few things where it's like, I think it's a bad idea for this, it's a bad idea for that, but they never say the video itself is a bad idea. In fact, they never say not to. It almost, in a weird way, it seems like it's encouraged at some parts and discouraged at other parts. I can understand Nux getting mixed signals here. You can't publicly thank Nux under the post of his video and then say you didn't approve of that same video. That doesn't make sense. The only thing they're right about is it was wrong of him to knowingly put out misinformation. This is for the safety of indies, and it's important the information is correct. I guess he should have given a bit more of a heads up than saying, hey, I'm gonna post this in 30 minutes. The 30 minutes is such a weak, such a weak point. Oh my gosh, it's so weak. Like, cause it's not even like he was like, I have to post this in 30 minutes. I'm posting in 30 minutes whether you have a statement or not. It's just like, I would like to post this in 30 minutes. Okay? A simple, that's not enough time would have probably sufficed. I don't know Nux personally. I don't know if he's like, no, my time or no time. But, like, it didn't seem that way. I think he was well within his right to share his experience. And it was wrong of anybody to try to silence him and shut him down. If it was a hindrance to the investigation, I feel like there would have been a much bigger pushback. I just certainly hope that they communicate with the girls a lot better in the future, because this is really fucked up. Vshojo isn't making themselves look good here with his post. I don't know what they think they're proving here, but they're not. Fruit came out and said that her and Nux apologized privately and that she's sorry for subtweeting about him when she talked about the situation. And then she made a little thing here talking about it's very easy to forget the consequences of spreading negativity when you have a large following. She doesn't condone bullying of any kind and wants to take this as a reflection of her actions. Iron Mouse made a tweet longer, stating that the situation of content creation is very new to her. She forgets that being open about feelings can bring situations to become volatile. She apologized for how she expressed herself publicly and said it was never her intention to rile anyone up and that she's sorry if she alarmed anyone. She said there was a lot of confusion and misunderstanding from multiple directions. She does not condone bullying or targeted harassment and would like to extend her apology to Nux as she has no ill will towards him and hopes they can all move forward from this. She wishes nothing but peace and safety for the community, and then came forward with another tweet longer for herself, saying that people are upset and that she apologizes for how this went down. Communities were involved, confused, and at each other's throats. She made a tweet that riled people up. She has no ill will towards Nux. Apologies have been made behind the scenes in hopes that we can all move forward, learn, and reflect. And she said that more importantly, she will reflect. She is sorry she put her community in an awkward position and never intends to do so again. She apologized for any stress she may have caused anyone and strives for a peaceful, fun community. Project Melody says that she supports her group through and through. Think that's an odd move, but okay. And even though these strong topics make her anxious, totally understandable. I'm not even in this situation. I feel anxious making a video about it. So yeah. I want to make it clear, I do not think any of the VTubers here are in the wrong in any of these situations whatsoever. Except for whoever was in that call when Nux was talking to them about the video in question. I have seen some screenshots that may indicate which girl it is. I'm not going to mention it here, as where I've seen them, it seems like they seemingly popped out of nowhere. I don't know where or how this alleged screenshot got leaked, but because I don't know that, I do not feel comfortable spreading that around. If it is misinformation, because, you know, everybody in this situation has been through enough, I really wouldn't want to take part in anybody getting further hurt by this. Hope that's understandable. And to everybody involved, I hope they're doing well and they're safe. And to even the people I'm critical of, who I think are wrong, Vshojo, I certainly hope that they learn from this and are better in the future, because this was a really big fuck up. They claim that the video was a risk, but they're the ones who helped it come to existence. You can blame Nux for risking the Vshojo girls, but don't act like that Vshojo itself doesn't have any blame in that. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope they stay safe, and nobody in this situation deserves any hate. Nobody. I sincerely hope everybody does well and that they can move on from this and be, I just hope everybody's well. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I have a bad habit of stuttering so many of these things I had to say, had multiple takes. I'm so bad at everything. I hope I was able to cover this in a respectable manner that nobody has a problem with. The last thing I want is anybody in this situation to feel hurt, but like I said earlier, this seems like a very pertinent thing. In the future, I personally wouldn't trust Vshojo's stance on literally anything. I feel like they've lost their credibility quite a bit here. Every VTuber in this situation, their feelings were valid, even if they have such different viewpoints on what was right and what was wrong. Everybody here was hurt, and their feelings were valid. None of these VTubers here were in the wrong at all, in my opinion. They don't deserve any hate. Everybody here in the VTuber deserves love and respect, and you're all beautiful. Mwah.